me better today. Yesterday I did a weekly and I was told that you guys couldn't hear me very well. I'm in the process of moving, so some of my stuff is here, there, and everywhere. So I'm just working with what I've got, so hopefully this is enough for you guys. We're working with my Tarot and Angel cards today by Radleigh Valentine and Doreen Virtue. We're going to set an intention as well, as we are going into a new month next week. So let's set an intention for our month. Okay, first thing for me that's coming up for an intention, and so you can share this intention as well if you want to, is just bringing in more love. And I'm also feeling like abundance, so love and abundance. So also, if you haven't checked out my playlist, Rituals and Practices, maybe have a little browse through there. If you're looking to bring in a relationship, there is a ritual that you can do for relationships. I believe it's on Tuesdays, which is interesting. So check out the rituals, see what comes up for you. If you're looking for abundance rituals, I will be doing a money spell. I don't know when, but there's already like a lemon cleanse and money spell underneath there as well. Okay, that feels important for some people because yes, if you want that love relationship, bring it on in, manifest it. I've been manifesting a lot and I'm finding it very, very helpful. So keep in mind when we're manifesting, we want to bring our vibration as high as we possibly can, and the more people that are on board with our manifestations and our dreams, the better. So in my membership group, if you are a part of that, we do group rituals, so they're not interactive with each other. However, you can email me whatever it is that you want to manifest, whatever it is that you want to attract, and then everybody else can do the same thing, and then we pile it all together, and then we just give you all of that healing and support together in a group. So I do feel like when other people are on board with us, it's helpful. I'm also going to be doing retreats for sure next year in 2024. So 2023 feels more like prep work for 2024. However, that again feels important to acknowledge that group settings are extremely important, right? To get together with other like-minded people, get together with other people who are a positive vibration for you. And I also have my spiritual support team underneath Facebook where we can also share things in there that is free, okay? So thanks for everyone who subscribed to this channel, who does want to subscribe. I really appreciate it. Thank you for being here, supporting this channel. I love you all. I'm sending you all so much love as well. Some people are going through more things than others. So I just want to send you guys some love and acknowledge that as well, okay? So we are currently in April. You can also check out the April monthly reading. Again, I was just sharing, I already did a weekly as well, and I'm doing my best to get out daily shorts too. So if you can't find a video, check out like videos, playlists, lives, etc. All right, so let's just get into our cards here. What can we expect for the month of May? So we said love and abundance, relationships. That's where all that information was coming from. We have competing goals, bothersome details, conflict with others, 5 of fire. 5 of fire. So one thing that's coming up here is that in the weekly, this was actually the very first card that came up as well. And to me, I was saying that it's important to pay attention. I'm getting to your dreams, so your intuition, right? What's coming up to the surface for you. In the weekly, it was talking about paying attention to our senses in the sense of how you interpret information. However, this card is really talking a bit more about the unconscious self. And so when I do theta healing, that's what I do in my rituals and in my healings and readings, in personal readings with people. I take an energy, we'll say like, say you want to manifest more flowers in your life, more healing from herbal medicines. I can do a download on that. So let's do that right now. Would you like to know that it's safe to start inviting your manifestations and your dreams into your life right now in this present moment? And if so, just say yes. You can read about theta healing underneath my blog through horsemanreadings.com as well. Taking a deep breath now, opening up to receiving that. Okay. So what's coming up here right away, so I guess this is important for us to acknowledge as a group, because we're just talking about that, is like there might be people who are really, really critical of you, okay? And that was also coming up in our weekly, that it's so, so important that we're building up our own self-esteem. And I'm also getting to build up the momentum so that when you do feel like you're getting burnout or you're getting tired, that you can keep the energy up. Okay, that's what we were saying about manifestation work. I talked about that in my new moon, my previous new moon reading in Aries underneath my live. It's important to really focus in on what it is that you desire by letting go of things that aren't serving you. So if someone's really, really, really critical of you, again, you have to feel really confident, really strong in yourself in order to not feel like you're breaking down. Or if, again, you're being thrown a lot of curveballs, because that's what this card talks about, someone who's being kind of thrown off their path, or there might be like a little bit of a hurricane. We also have Mercury retrograde at the start of May, so that makes sense why we might be feeling like we have to do things we don't want to do. We might be in circumstances where we just need to suck it up, right? And that might look like triggers for you, people who are, again, creating conflict with others. And it's not intentional, okay, guys? So don't take things personally at the start of May. Woo! That's a lot of information. All right, the Hermit, spend time in quiet meditation. So by the way, guys, if you hop on here live, I'll give you a message. So this is a great time to take advantage of clicking the bell button beside the subscribe button to make sure that you get notifications that I am going live. The Hermit, spend time in quiet meditation, spiritual teaching, self-discovery 9. Okay, so whenever we see this card here, specifically what that talks about is someone who absolutely does need to isolate. You're getting permission to go inward. I absolutely feel like this is going to be a time where you're questioning yourself a bit, because Mercury retrograde teaches us to reflect. Some of these things that we're being taught, that we're being shown, is actually forcing us to kind of like look at ourselves in the mirror a bit more, and do a little bit more on our healing path and on our healing journey. So don't forget that if somebody's rocking your boat and not in a good way, that again, it might be time to get more healing or something like that. Book in a session with me, absolutely, or whoever your healer is. Hopefully you have one. But I'm also feeling like sound healing might be helpful for you. This card does talk about meditation, but it feels more like chanting, using your vocal cords, like someone who's dancing, someone who feels really free. So moving your body, maybe it's time to go out with some friends. So this is saying to go inward to start understanding and get the support that you need. But then you can go outward, okay? Then you can go out dancing. Then you can go have fun, that sort of thing, okay? Oh, yeah, this is going to be a really interesting month. So let's work on fire signs right now. Let's focus on all the fire signs, okay? So what is it that we need to know for the fire signs? Well, the High Priestess, listen to your intuition, have patience, consider carefully what you want before acting. What you guys are going to find is that a lot of people around you need more healing than you realize. So if you have Reiki training, it's a great time to start offering that to other people, maybe as a business, or just like sending that through distance. In my membership group, if you're VIP, you can get all of my Reiki training. I have like hours and hours worth. So all my certifications are in there for like $55 a month, which is great. And I do highly recommend, again, if you already have the training, just working on shifting your own vibration through Reiki as well. Like, it doesn't have to be for other people. Even just watching the Reiki level 1 teaches you how to practice on yourself. And by understanding how to work on other people, it also teaches you about how to work on yourself, okay? So this says for fire signs, it's a gift that keeps on giving. So the more healing you get, the more you're able to give to others. And I do find that is so, so true. I find when I go to other healers, when I go and talk to anybody about anything, and as I work on how to separate like my emotions from certain things, or how to bring emotions into certain things, it can be really supportive, okay? So there's this big learning curve for all the fire signs right now, where you're going to find that there's huge momentum. Actually, your energy is quite high, and so it's just maintaining that high vibration. So noticing where there are things in your life that aren't serving you anymore, okay? Okay, let's go into the all air signs. I didn't expect to do this, but here I am. 3 of Earth, the power of creativity, recognition for very high quality work, be a team player. Okay, so what's coming up here is that you might be feeling more fatigue. Okay, so air signs are thinkers, just something to be mindful of. So when we're thinking too much, it can actually just like create more obstacles for us. So I'm not suggesting to stop thinking. You guys are air signs, that's what you do. Like, that's what you do for a living, pretty much, or you should. But it feels like this is more about cutting energy cords. Okay, so when you feel like heavy, it's just okay asking to calling in Archangel Michael and asking to cut that energy cord for you with anybody that might be attaching their energy to you. So just more grounding tools and exercises. I'm also feeling like if you need support, call on Archangel Zadkiel and also Raphael as well. So say hello if you're watching. If you'd like a message as well, I can offer that to you. But again, calling on these angels when we need support can be really, really helpful, okay? So those are your recommendations for all air signs. Let's go into water signs. So that's like Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Generous, professional, responsible, a successful time, confidently accept opportunities you're offered, the Midas touch, okay? So this is saying that you might find there's some issues in your throat chakra. Okay, don't forget that we have sun sign, moon sign, and rising sign. So we all kind of have a combination of some of these too. So you might want to look those up. But it's really important to heal what is no longer important. Okay, so sometimes we get attached to things that we think are important. So like weight loss is a perfect example of how if we're constantly focusing on weight loss, in the grand scheme of things, like how important is that? If you are like having a hard time like weight bearing, like you can't walk because of your weight, well, then it's important to obviously start taking better care of your health. But if you're fixating on your weight versus like wanting to be the life of the party, and that's your purpose, or like you wanting to like be excited about life again, that's completely different than your weight, you know? So just go a little bit deeper, especially where these are emotional signs. It's something to be mindful of. I feel like when the new moon comes in on the 7th of May, perhaps you can ask for more forgiveness, that's what you're manifesting, to offer more forgiveness to yourself, to others. In my membership group as well, our last new moon ritual that we did, so if you're VIP, you can get all the new moon, full moon rituals and theta healing downloads. That was all about forgiveness as well. So if you're drawn to that, absolutely take advantage, even if it's just for the 1 month. You can get all the downloads through that, okay? So if you are a earth sign, 4 of fire, contentment, peace, and abundance. Yay, we're seeing that word again. A happy home life, the successful completion of our project. Okay, this is talking about inner child work as well. Just reminding yourself to also heal any past wounds from childhood. Feels like it's just icky and sticky. It's not serving you anymore. Same thing, if you still have some toxic people around you, or there's any toxicity in your own vibration, it might be a great time to do some type of cleanse. And also forgiveness is also coming up for you guys, okay? So getting back into everyone here for the month of May, there are a lot of people that really are in survivor mode and they have survivor's guilt. Perhaps they're just feeling like they have faults and they're being too hard on themselves. So in May, make sure that you're paying attention to your worrying. As I was talking about, working more with the energy of the collective does feel important. However, again, we were talking about this need to like separate from the collective as well. That's more of the cord cutting that I was talking about. So I guess we all need that right now. So 7 of Earth, I'm getting like when it comes to money as well, I see somebody liking the video, but they're not saying hello. So if you want a message, just let me know. It's okay if you don't. But when it comes to money, it does feel like there's a lot of money coming up further along in May. So what that typically means is like the more you put forward, the more you give, the more is going to come back to you. So this is not a, in the end specifically of May, that I see somebody giving someone like quite a lot of money. So although we're thinking about abundance and receiving, this is actually more in the opposite of like giving more freely, feeling more open, not attaching ourselves to the heaviness of money, because abundance is this fluid energy that's constant. Whereas when we feel blocked that way, it can weigh heavy on our heart, it can create worries, can financial stress can really create many relationship issues, issues in our home life too. So pay attention to if we're letting ourselves kind of dwell or get down about things, again, like we were saying with weight loss, like the money is not important at all, but we think it is. So go deeper with that in your manifestations and your dream work, okay? Just saying hi, thank you for your time, just here in the background to support. Okay, thank you. Well, I have one more card, so even if you're not asking for one, you might find that you're more drawn to this one, okay? But it's still for our collective. Archangel Raguel, fair and just decisions, do what you know is right, stand up for your beliefs. So just to sum up this entire thing, we were talking about keeping our energy up as high as we can, and thank you so much for commenting here, I appreciate it. Ways to keep our energy up for the month of May is actually more relaxation. So deep diving into your heart, deep diving more into family matters can actually be very helpful, so that you don't feel like things are weighing you down anymore. If you feel like branching out into different things in your life, career-wise, it's a really great time to start doing that. If you want to have more fun, really invest more time in having fun. I don't suggest scheduling too many things in for the month of May, because then you might find that even when you go to have pleasure, it's starting to become work. We were talking about cord cutting being really, really essential. However, if you've been doing this for a long time, doing any type of like energy work or energy practices, you might find that there's less need to do cord cutting, but it's more just about mindfulness, and especially with abundance, being mindful that yes, we have to give in order to receive, right? We have to put forward. So if you're one of those people who doesn't understand that karmic energy of money, this month is definitely going to be teaching you a whole lot about that, because relationships are going to start to play a bigger role than you realize, and money is going to have a lot to do with that, okay? So again, check out my new moon rituals underneath my membership group that I just did. If you want to hop in, you just click memberships through my website and then log in that way. Otherwise, I hope you have a fantastic month. Thanks so much for taking the time again to be a part of this. You can also follow me on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, and you can click my link tree below in the description to get access to all my links. Bye for now, and love you all.